I hadn't heard her voice in 15 years, but the moment she said my name, it felt like I was 17 again, standing in a crowded school hallway, pretending I didn't love her more than anything in the world. It was a rainy Tuesday evening in Toronto when she walked into my life again. I was sitting in a quiet cafe, half focused on my laptop, half lost in memories I thought I'd buried long ago. The bell above the door rang, and I didn't even look up at first. But then I heard it, a soft, familiar voice asking the barista for a black coffee. My heart froze. Slowly, I lifted my eyes. And there she was. Aisha. Time had changed us both, but somehow, it hadn't touched the way I felt when I looked at her. Her hair was shorter now, her smile more restrained, and her eyes. Her eyes carried something heavy, something broken. She noticed me a second later, and for a moment, neither of us moved. It was like the world had paused just to let us breathe in the past. We talked for hours that night. At first, it was the usual, where life had taken us. The years we'd missed, the things we never said back then. But beneath it all, there was an unspoken tension, a quiet acknowledgement of what we used to be, and what we never had the courage to become. Back in school, we were inseparable. Best friends, they called us. But everyone knew it was more than that. We just never said it out loud. Life had a way of pulling us in different directions. Her family moved to Vancouver, and I stayed behind in Ontario. We promised to stay in touch, but slowly, like most promises made in youth, it faded into silence. Now she was back. And not just back, she was asking for something I never expected. "I need your help," she said finally, her voice trembling just enough to break me. I didn't hesitate. "Anything." She looked down at her hands, twisting her fingers nervously. "I'm getting divorced." The words hit me harder than I thought they would. Not because she was married. I had already guessed that life, had moved on for her, but because of the pain behind those words. This wasn't just a breakup. This was something deeper. Not who I thought he was, she continued. It started small. Control, anger, things I ignored. But now it's different. I feel trapped. And I don't have anyone here I trust enough to help me through this. "And you thought of me," I said quietly. She nodded, finally meeting my eyes. "You were always the one who stood up for me, even when I didn't ask." That night, I walked her home in the pouring rain, just like I used to walk her to the school gate years ago. But this time, the weight on her shoulders was real, and so was the responsibility she had just placed in my hands. Over the next few weeks, I became her support system. Lawyer meetings, emotional breakdowns, long phone calls at midnight when she felt like giving up. I was there through it all. But it wasn't easy. Her husband wasn't willing to let go quietly. There were threats, manipulation,